Welcome back, Yo Bro Nation. I am your host. I am Zach, and this is your new Retro Rewind review for this week. We are reviewing one of the most remembered pay-per-views on the ECW calendar. I'm talking, of course, about ECW Barely Legal 1997. I am reviewing that today. Once again, welcome back to the channel. I'm in a hoodie, I'm in a hat. It's freaking cold outside. It's actually sleeting outside today, so woo, chilly day. It's March, yet still no warm weather. Urgh, hate it. I need something warm. Seriously, I need much warmer weather than what I've been getting. But, yeah, again, welcome everyone to the channel. I'm Zach. I'm the host of this here show. ECW Barely Legal. Huge show. It's the first, well, you can't really say huge, I guess, by today's standards, but huge for that point in time. It was ECW's first actual pay-per-view. They did shows like this before, but they were always just, like television. They were built up and then just put on TV. But this was their first actual pay-per-view event, so obviously they wanted to make it as big as they possibly could. Did they succeed? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to just kind of go over the match card, and then you guys will just kind of, let me know in the comments what y'all think. Tell me what you guys think about this show. Of course, the biggest part of this show was Raven having to defend his title against the winner of the three-way dance, which was Stevie Richards, Sandman, and Terry Funk. So yeah, those guys would have to do battle and then immediately face Raven. Who says that's fair? Who knows? But overall, this was a good show. I have a couple complaints here or there about some of what I had to watch. Like, this show was it was under 2 hours, or under 3 hours, but there were parts of it that dragged, and to me, made it feel like it was much longer. Made it feel more like a WrestleMania. Nothing major, though. Nothing that I can sneeze at and be like, Jesus, this sucks. Just a few matches, to me, I think, went on a little more than they should have. And maybe there's a few spots where you'd think they were supposed to be finishes, but the match just kept continuing anyways. But before we do get into all of that, I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about some ways that you guys can help support the channel if you choose to. This is nothing you have to do. But these are just some options for you guys. You guys can, if you want to, patreon.com/YoBroNation. We have 6 tiers to choose from. We are going to have Ask Us Anything Q&As. We have some behind-the-scenes vlogs. AEW reviews, those will be exclusive to the channel. Double or Nothing, the show in Jacksonville, and all those shows coming up. Monday Morning Creative, something else that you guys will be able to see me do on Monday mornings. There will be not one this week. I got some stuff I'm doing with my girlfriend, tax time, taking care of stuff with the house, so no Monday Morning Creative this week. You guys will get post-show videos, those coming up after each pay-per-view. Also, you guys can vote on Retro Rewinds. You guys voted on this, of course. Gifts for those who are having a birthday. That's just one of the perks. $10 tier and up, you guys will get that. Also, you guys can be a part of the group chat in the Discord. You can become a VIP member for just $1 a month. It goes a long way. You guys will get to talk with me and other members of the Yo Bro Nation who appear on the channel. You guys will be able to talk with them for being a $1 and up patron. If you'd like to maybe be a VIP member and a moderator, and perhaps even, excuse me, even help decide what we do with the channel, help with the creative process. For $25 or for $20 and $30 patron members, you guys will get that. You'll be a producer or co-executive producer. You'll get your name in the credits of each description. You guys will get shout-outs on every video, and then at the end of each video, I'll have a credit naming everyone who is members of the Patreon, who are those 2 tiers. So that's just some of the stuff you guys can do. I'll be adding more over time, but this is just, some of what you guys can do. If this isn't something that sounds interesting to you, that's completely fine. I do have TeePublic, teepublic.com/YoBroNation1. You get all these shirts. I have 3 new designs that are going to come just in time for WrestleMania. You have the Yo Bro Nation t-shirt here. The Most Wanted Kissing Bandit shirt. I don't care. I love that shirt. Recess Never Gets Old. That's my favorite. Charlotte Reigns. You get the Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews t-shirt. These are up there. There's other shirts with more shirts to come. I mean, I have a buttload of these things. But if you're interested in buying our merch, maybe you don't want a t-shirt. Maybe you'd like it a cup. Maybe a gift for a parent. We do have bags. We have cups. We have pillows. There's a lot of things on there you guys can get. And they're doing percentage off this weekend. It started at 30 every day. It goes up a little bit more. But there is discounts this weekend, so go get on there if you want a discount. The link, of course, is down in the description. You guys can go check that stuff out. teepublic.com/YoBroNation1. If you're not really wanting to spend money, or maybe you don't want to spend that much, we do have StreamLabs. You can go to StreamLabs at YoBro Gaming and Reviews on StreamLabs. Also, the link's down there. Donate $1. Just $1 one time and you're good. You can also follow us on Twitter at YoBroGaming1. Follow us on Facebook at YoBroNation. And like I said, just join the Discord. Just do something as simple as liking and sharing this video, telling your friends about us, and of course subscribing to the channel, so hit the notification bell, everything that we got coming up. Those are the best ways, honestly, that you can help us, is just doing that. And you know what? It's free. It costs you $0. So that would be awesome. Anyone who does that, internally grateful. So let's talk about this show, shall we? ECW Barely Legal 1997. This, of course, took place on April 13th, 1997 from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the hallowed ECW Arena, a place that is very fond in the memories, even to this day, of people of Philadelphia. Something that's still referenced by wrestling fans, even to this day. Of course, like I said at the beginning, this is the first pay-per-view that was for ECW. Last time I did a Retro Rewind, I did Living Dangerously. That was I think their 4th or their 5th pay-per-view. So I like these earlier ones. A couple little issues with a little bit of it, but nothing to the point where it's like, fuck this show, it sucked. No, this was a very good show. Very good. Joey Styles opens up the show, welcoming in a rabid crowd to the show. Starts to announce the matchups. Out comes the Dudleys with Sign Guy Dudley and Joel Gertner. You get fuck you Devon chants. Devon tells them shut the hell up and bow down to the man in the ring. He calls them inbred and calls them ignorant and tells them it's just time to testify. They cut to the opening package for the show. These old opening packages are fantastic. They're obviously, I have better quality in what I do on here than they did there, but just it's that old ECW music, that raw like metal theme that they have, just gives me chills. Or maybe it's the cold that's giving me chills. I don't know, but so there's the opening package, just kind of highlighting different things for the show. No words, just music and video. So the Dudley Boys are getting ready to defend their ECW World Tag Team titles against the Eliminators. Joel Gertner, of course, introduces himself as, the stud muffin that he claims to be. Then introduces the Dudleys, and Joel Gertner, dude, was he good at what he did, or was he good at what he did? And even to this day, he lives this gimmick. I love it. And I'm not joking. I seriously do. I love the way he does that. So he introduces the Dudleys as, the best team in the world, the world heavyweight tag team champions. So how come their partners are their opponents, the Eliminators, which is Cronus and Perry Saturn. Sign Guy hits both of them from behind with his little sign before the match starts. They hit him with total elimination. The reaction of Joey Styles. Total elimination! I can't even get the high pitch that he hits. It would kill my throat to do that. Joey Styles called all these shows by himself. Think about that. You're talking about these, we need a 2-man team and 3-man team. Fuck it, just get us one guy who's really good. Put Mauro Ranallo out there by himself. You'd have a great match. He'd call that shit and make it sound good. Mamma mia! So yeah, Sign Guy gets hit with the total elimination. Dudley Boys attack them from behind, gaining the advantage. Then you just get like a series of back and forth, no one really gaining the advantage. So you get the Dudley Boys with this really neat little suplex. Bully Ray picks him up in the suplex position. Devon's on the top, crossbody into a suplex. Then you get Saturn. They get those guys to the outside. Saturn does a moonsault off the ropes, evades the Dudley Boys, and then jumps and double clotheslines them. Dudleys go for a 3D. Saturn breaks that up to take it to the advantage. Then you get like these stereo twisting splashes off the top rope by the Eliminators, like these little spiral moonsaults. The Dudleys are on the outside. They're just kind of trying to, get their wits back about them. Saturn is standing against the ropes. Cronus is in front of him. Cronus grabs him by the foot, flips him into a Saturn salt, right there to the outside. Then Cronus does this dive of his own, like this 360 spin on top of them. So total elimination, completely in control. Saturn does a double jump springboard. He hits one rope, jumps to the other one, then hits his moonsault. I mean, the action was fast. It was fast. So I missed stuff, but it was just trying to keep up with everything that they were doing during this. Saturn salt onto Bubba Ray. Cronus then hits a 450 splash onto Devon. Bubba Ray's kind of just left in the ring by himself. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Saturn salt to the outside, followed by a dive by Cronus. Okay. So Bubba's just kind of left in the ring, and they do a double roundhouse kick, smashing Bubba in the middle. They hit total elimination for the 3 count, and you have your new World Tag Team Champions total elimination, or the Eliminators. Why I keep calling them total elimination? The Eliminators are your new Tag Team Champions. Afterwards, Joel Gertner, like an idiot, gets in the ring, says, hold on, by my scale, the winners, and still World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys. And more than that, the greatest tag team in the world. So they knock him down, hit him with total elimination, and then they celebrate. Not long after this, though, Saturn actually ends up in ECW, as does Raven, as does, I believe, a couple other people leave and head to WCW after this. Now, this match... this match from start to finish was just nonstop. Fantastic opening, fantastic tag team match. There was not one tag in this match. Not one. It was just this team. I don't know if that was a standard in ECW. Like, I watched other ones where they do have to tag each other in. So maybe this was something that was implemented later on. But despite the fact that the tag team titles weren't actually in a tag match itself, I liked it. It was a Texas Tornado style match. Non-stop action. Had me excited the whole time. I loved this match. Beautiful, beautiful match. Joey Styles, though, afterwards makes fun of Joel Gertner. Says, someone let his mom know he's not going to be home ever. Then he tells us about the 3-way dance with Stevie Richards, Terry Funk, and Sandman. They show a hype package for Sandman of, him beating people with a kendo stick and drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, blah, 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 blah. We're supposed to get a match with Chris Candido and Lance Storm, but Candido, I think he tore his pectoral muscle. So he comes out to cut a promo, says, he was there in 93 with the first ECW show when it was Eastern Championship Wrestling, but he left, went to WWF, and last year at this time, he was at WrestleMania with his buddy Tom Pritchard, and they were the tag team champions, along with his girl who he can't say her name. Thought that he wanted to come back. He came back. Now it's Extreme. He was like, I'm going to be a big part of this. But he's not. He got injured. But he feels disrespected because he's not on any of the signs, not on any of the promotional material. So he feels disrespected, and now he doesn't know if he even wants to be there. Although he is a part of the new Triple Threat. So there's that. So out comes Lance Storm. And he cuts down all 3 members of the three-way match, calling Terry Funk old, saying Steve Richards sucks, and just call Sandman a drunk, basically. So out comes Lance Storm. He passes by. They shake hands. Lance Storm gets in the ring. Which leads us to our match, which is Lance Storm versus the man replacing him, Rob Van Dam. Horribly dubbed theme, man. That has been my biggest gripe about all of these pay-per-views when I go back and look at them, and even prior to now. It's those themes that they dub with. I can't stand those damn things. They get on my nerves. They really do, because they're horribly dubbed. And like the one for Rob Van Dam, it's like this high-paced pickup, like a theme that you would hear for like maybe a cruiserweight who's like mid-card cruiserweight like level. It sucks. The theme, it sucks. That's basically what I'm saying. However, the match itself, very, very nice match up till the end. You get some nice back and forth to start this match. You get some counters, some kicks, some punches. Aerial offense by Rob Van Dam. Like, he goes flying over the rope, does a somersault backdrop to the outside onto Lance Storm. RVD clearly in control. Does his little leg drop off the top rope to Storm. Hits him with the back elbow off top. Storm hits him with the back elbow off top. So it's like getting some back and forth action going. Storm goes for this move called the Pescado. It's just kind of like a spin over the top rope. Misses, though, lands on the floor. Here, like they said, there's no pretty blue match. This ain't Disney World. It's straight concrete, so it hurts probably a hell of a lot more. You get a moonsault off the barricade by Rob Van Dam there on the outside. Irish whips Lance Storm into the corner, then throws the chair right into his face. Looked harsh. It was like, Irish whip, immediately, boom, as Lance Storm's come back, it smacked him right in the face. Hits his frog splash, doesn't go for the frog splash, or doesn't go for the pin. Rob Van Dam then hits the drop kick in the corner, with the chair, the Van Daminator, yes, the Van Daminator, I think is what it's eventually called. Hits a huge frog splash, I already said that. Rob Van Dam misses the somersault splash into the corner, slams, and then gets his face slammed onto the chair. Lance Storm picks him up back, and then just kind of like a power slam face first onto the chair. See, some more back and forth between these two guys. Lance Storm, though, he looked really good in this match. Very well. He was still kind of green at this time. I think he was a rookie in ECW at this point. So, yeah, more moves, some more counters, more RVD offense, leg drop onto the apron, etc. Rob Van Dam then tosses the chair to Lance Storm, goes for his roundhouse kick. Storm ducks, hits the laziest looking chair shot. It was like, Like it was like he didn't want to hit him. Like he was afraid he might hurt him. But then but recovers and redeems himself with a beautiful Tiger Bomb suplex into a sit-out, a Tiger Bomb into the sit-out on the chair. God, I can't think. Jesus Christ. Wake up. RVD, though, he does recover. Tries hitting a springboard back elbow. Fucks up. He slips and barely clips. Joey Styles, God bless his heart, he says, oh, well, Storm was shaking the ropes, so RVD just lost his balance. No, he fucked up, and the crowd let him know it. Lance Storm, though, gets a chair. Another bad chair shot or two. Just really lazy, like, sets it up. You hit a Van Daminator. Then RVD hits his standing moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Rob Van Dam wins. Afterwards, Lance Storm's trying to shake his hand. Rob Van Dam grabs it. He says, what I should tell you is that you gave me one hell of a match here tonight, and thank you for it. But that's not me. I don't care if you respect me. I don't care if anyone in the back likes me. I don't care if any of them. He doesn't even care if Paul E. likes him. He says that he's here. He sold out to himself for taking this match. He ain't no second place man. He ain't here to replace nobody. But he did it anyways because a win on a pay-per-view is more money for me here and then more money for me elsewhere. He even got called an asshole. And he's like, yep, I am an asshole. He owned it. So Joey's, this match, before I get to the next thing, I'm going to forget. Joey Styles did really, really good job selling this match, hyping up Lance Storm. The match, very good. Like, these first two matches were great. There's not ever really, with the exception of the end of this match, There's like no wasted space. They keep rolling with it, and I like stuff like that. I wish WWE kept up on that like they did this week. Hopefully that momentum carries on. So, Joey Style talks to us about a 6-man tag. They're importing 6 guys from Michinoku Wrestling out of Japan. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little excited for this match. You're getting a couple of Japanese legends plus a new rookie. You're getting Great Suzuka, or this Suzuka. God damn it! I know his fucking name. Suzuka. Gran Hamada. Both these guys are like very well known in Japan. Both were wrestling in New Japan. And then Yakasizi. I can't pronounce these fuckers' names. All right. I heard them once on the show. I don't remember. If you know it, tell me I'm an idiot. But they're facing the Japanese contention of the Blue World Order with Taka Michinoku, Terry Boy, and Dick Togo. He didn't have much to do in this match. You get the streamers thrown into the ring, traditional. So, very cool. They had their own referee. Hamada and Taka start the match, very fast pace. You get a lot of frequent tags, but the BWO, they like quick with their tag team moves. A lot of triple teams on Suzuka. The BWO though, I'm telling you now, I miss a lot of spots in this because it's like you're trying to take notes and you look up and another move has happened, and it's just like, if I wrote everything that they did in this match, which was just a gigantic highlight reel, I'd had 4 pages of notes, and I'd been there forever trying to keep. I'd have to pause it, write this down, go again. I'd be there for an hour just writing this stuff down for what was a 20-minute match. So like I said, the BWO, they start working over the other team. Terry Boy showed off some strength. Yukasizi picks up the pace. He starts flying around, taking it to the DWO. He's doing Hurricanrana's off the top. Hurricanrana's in the ring. Flying arm drags. Dude looked great. You have Hamada, who's like 45 years old. A legend in Japan. He looked great in this match. They start to wear down Taka Michinoku. The pace, though, starts to pick up. You get a lot more back and forth. Terry Boy and Suzuka, they look, they looked great. These two, just some back and forth with these two. Crowd was really into this match, though. Both teams start exchanging offense and different counters. You get a nice triple team, though, by the BWO, who takes Suzuka, have him upside down, holding his legs open, and you get Taka Michinoku run the ropes and then hits him with a big drop kick. Then they get him and hit him with a triple power bomb, I think so. Yeah. My only complaint about this match, I'll get to it afterwards. So they keep working him over. Yakasizi gets a triple team, which is a crazy looking spot. Like they roll him, pick him up, and just kind of like, first they hit him with the backdraper, but they hold him on the legs. He gets clotheslined onto the legs, and then Taka comes off and hits him drops a knee on him. It looked bad. BW at this point in full control. They hit him with a spike driver, hit a spike pile driver on Hamada. Then they hit him with this triple power bomb. They go for it a second time, but Suzuka, he's able to counter. Starts getting momentum. Things just start breaking down at this point. Everyone's just kind of flying around. Terry Boy, he's in the ring with Yakazizi. Goes for a swinging DDT. It gets countered. Hits a chokeslam into a powerbomb. You get more back and forth, more insane offense. Finally, at the end of the match, Suzuki hits a tiger suplex into a bridge on Taka Michinoku, gets the 3 count. So Suzuka, Gran Hamada, and Yokasizi, however you say it. I couldn't remember it. Fuck me, all right. They get the win. Afterwards, there's a little confrontation, but nothing major. So then we get this not such a hype package, but like this really long-winded promo by Stevie Richards, which was brilliant. But took, I swear, 5 minutes. And ended with Blue Guy, or Blue Meanie as you know him, at the end. Now, as far as the match before this, really good match. Again, I have no complaints about the match. Other than for this one, it was, for me, just way too long. This match went almost 20 minutes. It should have ended at 10, maybe 15 max. There's a couple spots where it's like, okay, like Taka hit the Michinoku driver 2 different times, and not once did the match end during that. That should have been a finish. And it ends on a tiger suplex. That's my biggest complaint about the match. Other than that, the match was awesome. I loved it. It was really good. Another match, though, that I had an issue with the time that it took. Okay, look, before I get into this, I'm not a huge fan of Shane Douglas. I've never been a big fan of Shane Douglas. Not when he was Dean Douglas, not in ECW, not when he was in WCW. Something about Dean Douglas I've just always found annoying, and that is he talks way too fucking much. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. People are going to be like, oh, you don't like Shane, the franchise, the best. Okay, no, I'm sorry. The guy bailed every time he had a chance. He didn't give a fuck about ECW. He only came, and even in this promo, puts himself over as like this fucking god of ECW. That's the only place he could ever get over in, okay? Now, no offense to Dean Douglas. He was Shane. He was a good wrestler, but he was not the crap that he claimed he was. And the only reason he was as big in ECW because they didn't have bigger stars. But you notice, when RVD got hot, when Just Incredible started getting hot, and Lance Storm started coming up, and you started getting these other guys, what Jerry Lynn and all these dudes started showing up, what'd he do? He left. Because he knew he wasn't the face of that company. And I don't care. Call it a hot take. That is my opinion on Shane Douglas. And he went to WCW, thought he'd be a hot shot there. He had a big mouth on him. He was always calling out people. Even to this day, he still acts like he knows wrestling better than anyone. Nope. I don't like him. That's my opinion. You don't like it? Thumbs me down. I don't care, because guess what? It still shows up, and it still circulates my video. Go ahead. I don't give 2 fucks. I can't stand Shane Douglas. So you're getting for the television title, Pitbull number 2, versus Shane Douglas, who comes out with Francine and his Riot Squad, guys dressed in biker jackets and fucking helmets. Shane Douglas, of course, this all started because Shane Douglas broke the neck of Pitbull number 1 after he returned, which is Gary Wolf. That's what started this whole fucking thing. Hold on, guys. I told her I was going to record. I still got a couple videos to do. But he broke his neck. It was an accident. It was onto the belt. Then he goes over him, hurting him again, and then shaking him when he has the halo implanted. Talks about dealing with a guy dressed up in a mask who we all know that was Rick Rude. And then starts putting himself over as the reason that they... Hold on, guys. Anyways, no more interruptions. I ain't responding. It's just gonna have to handle for a little bit. She's not gonna leave me alone. So where was I? So yeah, he starts putting himself over. Says, he's taking ECW to the promised land. Promised he'd win a title. Led them to, pay-per-view. Starts calling himself the greatest. Gives us 4 points as to why. Pitbull number 2 comes, run into the ring, takes it right to Shane Douglas. Works over the neck of Shane Douglas, puts him in the front fake slot. Like the first 5 to 10 minutes was just them trying to hurt each other's necks. This is another match that just went too long. Alright, the match ain't bad, it just goes too long. Let me switch my notes here. So, Douglas, he's working on the neck of Pitbull 2. Pitbull 2, he's coming back, has him into a side headlock, works Douglas's neck over. He uses his power, drops Douglas on the ropes, groin first, hits a huge atomic bomb, keeps doing more power moves. Douglas tries to make a comeback, reversing the power bomb into a Hurricanrana. That was a nice move. Like I said, I'm not saying Shane Douglas was a bad wrestler, just Not my cup of tea. Gets the advantage. Douglas hits a pile driver on Pitbull 2 and then hits him with 2 more pile drivers. You get this "she's got herpes" chant. The crowd, I'm telling you, there was something in ECW. She's got herpes chants. Douglas keeps working over the neck of Pitbull number 2. He starts to build some momentum. Tosses Shane Douglas right into a table. He's got him and does a fall-away slam, dropping Douglas through the table. On the outside, Douglas is trying to retire. Trying to get his wits about him. Gary Wolf hits him, jumps the barricade, starts attacking Shane Douglas. The Riot Squad, they remove him. This is a point where this match should have ended. It went another 10 minutes. This should have ended at this point. You know, he's in. Get the finish that you got in the ring. Like, come on. But no, they went 10 more minutes. Wow. Pitbull tosses in a guardrail. We get "we want blood" chants. That was cool. I would have been okay with that. But Douglas counters he was going to try to drop him on there. He, falls through, picks him up, drops him knee first on the rail. That messed up. Douglas takes a shot at Pitbull. He keeps taking him, starts to kind of hulk up. Douglas keeps in control. He's going up to the top. Gets caught. Pitbull tries, to do a superplex. He gets thrown off. Then Douglas goes for a splash of some sort. But Pitbull number 2 jumps up and hits him with a drop kick. Like I said, it went another 10, almost 15 minutes here. Pitbull again starts building some momentum, some clotheslines, some power slams. Francine hands Shane Douglas a set of brass knucks. Again, this is another spot it could have ended. So he hits Pitbull in the jaw, in the face with those, grabs a piece of the wooden piece of table, hits him over the head, covers him, gets a 2 count. Hits him with the chair, gets a 2 count. Grabs the ring bell, gets a 2 count. Hits him again with another piece of the table, again gets a 2 count. Pitbull number 2, he gets up, no sells all of that shit. Irish whips Shane Douglas into the other turnbuckle where the belt was hanging up. Shane Douglas gets the belt off, cracks Pitbull, then hits him for a second time with it. Goes to grab his chain out of the boot. Again, should have finished already. But gets grabbed with a pump handle slam and gets tossed. So Pitbull gets the chain out of him. Out comes Chris Candido, who distracts him. Francine gets on the apron. So Pitbull is all sorts of distracted. Then Shane Douglas hits him with a belly-to-belly for the 1, 2, 3. The match is over. Again, that match should have ended 10 minutes earlier. Match wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. This was probably the weakest match on this whole card. It's like, golly, man. So after that, you hear Rick Rude's voice. "Okay, Jane, a deal's a deal. I'll unmask, but you got to give me your girl. Otherwise, I'm going to give you the beating of your lifetime." So out comes someone who's clearly not Bobby Roode, wearing the ravishing robe, wearing a mask. Comes in the ring, kisses Francine, lays her down, gets hit from behind by Douglas with the belt. He falls to a knee. Then one of the Riot crew come in the ring. You know that's him. He takes off. Crowd goes crazy. It's Rick Rude. Shane Douglas turns around, freaking out. He gets punched. The guy in the mask unmasks as Brian Lee. He punches him. Rick Rude again punches him. Then Brian Lee chokeslams Shane Douglas. And then you got Rick Rude in like the most angry, like flexing, doing his little swivel on the outside. So then we get a Raven promo. He says the entire world has tuned in to see Terry Funk win the 3-way and then go on to face him. Calls Funk a has-been. Says 10% of the crowd though have come to rage against the machine, to go against the sold-out corporate agenda, and have come to see him win, quote, the Raven nevermore. There was more to it, but that was the gist of that particular promo. We get a Taz promo along with Bill Alfonso. He says, "Time for talking is over." He says, I hate you and you hate me, and that's the way I want it. Alfonso starts naming off the people that Taz has choked out. Taz says, why did I choke them out? Because I wanted to, and I can, and because Fonzie put money on it. He says, they're going to war, and, you know, he hopes Sabu's ready. He says, Sabu, you better fear me, because I'm going to choke you out. So then we get the match. Taz versus Bill Alfonso, or without Bill Alfonso, versus Sabu. Taz comes in, does his entrance. Before his entrance is even over, here comes Sabu, ready to fight. Sabu was such a odd character, you know what I mean? He was he was different than everyone else. So you get the stare down. Taz slaps Sabu. You get some exchange of some slaps. Sabu gets knocked down with a good right hook. So he goes down. Taz he rolls to the outside. Alfonso's in, Sabu's face. Sabu's kind of following him around. Taz gets the advantage. Goes for Taz mission. It gets blocked. Joey Styles claims that no one has ever blocked the Taz mission before that. You get exchange of holds. You get some back and forth. Taz, though, he does get the advantage. Plays around with Sabu a little bit. Takes him down. Gets on top of him. And then starts hitting with these vicious-looking cross faces. Just whack right across the bridge of his nose. Busts him open. And then pretty much the entire rest of the match, Sabu's just constantly grabbing at his face, trying to just kind of recover. Sabu goes for a knee, knocks Taz to the outside, then he knocks Taz into the crowd, sets up a chair in the ring, runs, and then does one of his dives over the top rope off the chair into the crowd. You get your ECW chants. Crowd was eating this shit up. They battle in this crowd some more. Sabu sets up another chair after he throws Taz to the ringside. Taz moves. Sabu lands on the rail, ribs first. Taz gets back in control, starts mat wrestling Sabu, stretching him out. Sabu's trying to make a comeback. They start having some exchange of punches. Sabu, though, gets the advantage. Somersault leg drop off the middle rope. Throws a chair to the face of Taz when he's in the corner. It nails Taz right in the face. Followed by Air Sabu. Went for it a second time off the chair. Taz caught him, picked him up, dropped Sabu right on his face onto the chair. The guys end up battling some more. Sabu goes for a dive, misses it, gets caught belly to belly into the crowd. He jumps over the rope, lands, and gets caught in a belly to belly and gets thrown back into the crowd again. Table gets set up on the apron and the railing. They're fighting with each other. I'm skipping over a bunch. There's a lot that happened in this match. It went good 20 minutes. They're fighting on the apron next to the table. Taz is going for a T-bone Tazplex. It gets blocked. So Sabu goes for a tornado DDT. Taz grabs the ropes, and Sabu goes through the table, hitting his head. You get Bill Alfonso down there, and he's all, come on, Sabu, get up. And Joey Styles the whole time is trying to play it off he's taunting him. He's trying to get under his skin. Actually, that's not at all what he was doing, as you find out. Is he cheering Sabu? So Sabu does some more aerial offense. Taz is reeling. Taz, with the advantage, though, captures him into a T-bone suplex. Sabu lands right on his head. Sabu recovers, though, puts the Taz mission on Taz. Taz counters that into a belly-to-belly. And then Sabu, again, lands right on his head yet again. You get a T-bone suplex by because he's got him. He's reeling at this point. T-bone suplex again by Taz. Puts Sabu into a Taz mission. Sabu, taps. Afterwards, medics come out. Sabu wants nothing to do with it. Taz gets the microphone. He says, shut the music. He tells Sabu, what happened? I choked you out. He says, but hey, listen, I ain't blowing smoke up your ass. And someone boos him. He says, shut the hell up. Have some respect. He says, look, I ain't trying to be cheesy or nothing, but you gave me the match of my life. Tells him if he ever wants another rematch, it would be his honor for him to push him to his limit again. So they shake hands. Sabu raises his arm. They embrace. RVD comes out. hits Taz from behind. Sabu gets into his face. They look like they're arguing. Taz gets up, tries to put RVD into the Taz mission. He's getting him into it, but then Sabu punches Taz, so they both start double teaming him. They set him up on the table. Sabu gets on the top rope, does his his leg drop, drives Taz through the table, and then he locks him in on a Taz mission on the outside. So RVD and Taz get in the ring. They're celebrating. Alfonso, he's in like, oh, I'm going to fight, but he takes his shirt off and he's wearing a Sabu shirt underneath. Then he goes on to say that he owns Taz, owns his colors and everything, and RVD says, look, my stock's raising. If any other company's listening, give my man Fonzie a call. He knows my schedule, and I love to work Monday nights. And then they leave. So we're getting to... this was the first part of our double main event. So we get to the second part of this double main event after this. Man, that match was good. It went long, but it didn't feel like it dragged. You know what I mean? Compared to, say, Shane Douglas versus Pitbull number 2. This match did not feel as if it was dragging like theirs were. So, I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic match. And, I don't know. I guess that's all I really got to say. I mean, the match, go watch it. It speaks for itself. Just take 15, 20 minutes out of your time, watch this match, and watch ECW in its best form. No blood required outside of the broken nose of Sabu. So Joey Styles introduces his guest commentator for this match, Tommy Dreamer, who comes out with Beulah McGillicuddy, who looks very nice. And you get "Show us your tits" chant. Golly. So you get the three-way dance. The winner, of course, to face Raven right afterwards. Stevie Richards, big Stevie Richards with the Blue World Order, against Sandman and Terry Funk. Sandman, he's already bleeding before he gets out there. He makes himself bleed more when he's busting his head with beers. He drinks a couple beers and smoking a cigarette before he ever gets in the ring. So Terry Funk comes in. Sandman offers him beer. Funk's like, nope, I'm good. So he drinks it, hits himself in the head, and then spits in Stevie Richards' face with the beer. From this point, this match, the pace is picking up. It's more of a, this person helps that person, and that person helps that person. Just random, just back and forth. Sandman gets a ladder, blasts Funk in the face, then dumps it onto Stevie Richards. Funk and Sandman are on the top of the ladder. I'm sorry. Stevie and Sandman get on top of the ladder. Funk, he kind of just falls, Oh, yeah, they're on top of the ladder. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of later. They're on top of the ladder. Stevie Richards gets up. 53-year-old Terry Funk does a moonsault off the top of the ladder onto Stevie Richards. 53. And this ain't like those real nice ladders that they have now. This is like an actual ladder that you use at home. Like the little step ladders. He just jumps off that sumbitch. Crazy. So, Sandman, gets super kicked by Stevie Richards for a 2 count. Funk then headbutts Stevie for a 2 count. Sandman and Stevie Richards start to double team Funk. A couple moves. So Sandman and Stevie, they are fighting on the ladder. Funk stands up, backs up into it. They both go down. Funk puts it up, gets on his head. Airplane spin, knocks both men down. Funk and Sandman start taking each other out. Stevie Richards, he's waiting. Hits a Stevie kick on Sandman. Gets a 2 count. Hits the Stevie kick onto Terry Funk. 2 count. Sandman then he dives onto a ladder dives onto a ladder on the outside. It hits Stevie right in the face. You'll see that spot again a little later. Oh my gosh, my paper doesn't want to just fucking just roll. I gotta mush it. So stay. My goodness. Funk gets back in the ring, chair shot on both guys, does this beautiful standing vertical suplex, kind of, twists around and drops it. Sandman comes in with a trash can wrapped with steel something or another, tosses it in the ring, cracks Funk right in the head. Double suplex to Steven Richard onto the trash can. You get a spike pile driver on Stevie Richards. They set up Stevie Richards against the ropes with the ladder kind of just sitting there. And I don't know how this happened, but Sandman jumps off the top rope all the way to the outside so it hits Stevie in the face, and the fucking ladder goes flying into the crowd a good 2 or 3 feet. I'm pretty sure it hits someone in the head. Funk, Sandman, double powerbomb Stevie Richards. They both cover him. Stevie Richards is eliminated. I didn't even know this was an elimination match. Funk and Sandman shake hands. Sandman then punches him. Sandman gets barbed wire. Sandman gets the barbed wire. Funk punches him in the face with the sheet metal. Gets the barbed wire, starts, puts Sandman's shirt over his face, starts whipping him on his bare flesh with the barbed wire. Sandman wraps himself in it after hitting Funk with the metal sheet, and then starts clotheslining him and jumping on him, wearing the barbed wire. Funk, though, gets the advantage, puts the trash can on Sandman. Stevie Richards gets back up. Stevie kick to the can, which is, I guess, supposed to take out Sandman. You get a moonsault by Funk for the 3 count. He wins this match. Dude's down and out. He's already beat up from this fucking hellacious looking match, okay? Raven wastes 0 time. Raven's out there. The title's on the line. The ECW World Heavyweight Championship. He immediately starts attacking Funk. Sets up a chair, drop toe hold on Funk to the chair, busts him open. Dude is just gushing blood. Dr. Allen comes out. Tommy Dreamer's, Funk ain't going to give up. He ain't going to quit like this. No. Joey Styles even tries to talk. He's like, look, I just got to watch this match. I'm sorry, Joey. Just kind of, leave me be for a little bit. He's like, oh, sorry, Tommy. But then Tommy still talks to him. Funk's refusing to quit. Raven continues the beat down. Funk, he's on his feet. He's swinging, but nothing's working. Raven sets up a table on the outside, puts Funk out there, picks it up, drops it on the Funk, then sets up a second table, runs, dives over the ropes, just crashing through Funk. So Funk goes through the table. Members of the Nest come out. Then some chick named Reggie Bennett comes out. Fucks up on a sit-out powerbomb, but Funk kind of lands on his back, so it still kind of looked bad, becoming a new member of the Nest, which didn't last long after this, actually, because he ends up going to WWE or WCW not long after this. He threatens Tommy Dreamer to end his career, end his comeback, and then to end this match. Tommy Dreamer's up on the little area where the commentating team's set up, arguing with Raven. Big Dick Dudley comes from behind, hits him with the trash can, goes to chokeslam him off of there. While this is happening, Raven's just kicking Terry Funk in the head with stiff shots. Dreamer reverses, choke slams Big Dick Dudley. He goes crashing through the table. Tommy Dreamer leaves the commentating area, beats up other members of the Nest. Raven continues the attack while all this is going on. Dreamer finally gets to the ring, fights with Raven, hits his DDT. Funk just springs to life, crawls over, gets only a 2 count. The bell rings, so there's a little bit of confusion. Then gets a small package for the 3 count, defeats Raven, your new ECW World Heavyweight Champion, Terry Funk. That match was a squash match, but it told a good story. Terry Funk never gave up. Tommy Dreamer, his friend, the man who was being mentored by him, stands up for him, helps him out, and Terry Funk gets the win, making him, at 53 years old, the new ECW champion. Now, he wouldn't hold the title very long. He would lose it not too long after this to, I believe, Shane Douglas. So, this story, it continues. Like I said, Raven goes to ECW. The match before that, that three-way dance was... wasn't a perfect match, but it was still, without a doubt, definitely a really really good match. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this entire pay-per-view. So that is it for me. This is my Retro Rewind for ECW Barely Legal 1997. Like I said, fantastic show. I don't know what else to say. You know, go out of your way and watch the show. That's really all I can tell you. But I do want to thank everyone who did join me here to watch this. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, everyone who's been watching all of these series. And thank you for everyone who's been watching my WrestleMania Countdown, which are sort of kind of retro rewinds in themselves. Speaking of, tomorrow will be number 5 for my best of the best WrestleMania Countdown. Number 5, that will be revealed tomorrow, noon Central Standard Time here on the channel. So that's gonna do it for me. I'm pretty much done for the day. I will see all of you guys later. 2K19, those are up. Go watch those on the channel. So yeah, thank you one and all, and I will talk to every one of you at a later time. So